bills. We were acknowledging the passing of Queen Elizabeth II. She passed away, they say a couple of days ago. Maria says she's been dead since last year. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. What I do know is that when it comes to the royal family, it's a lot of protocols that has to be taken. And so you won't know their business. You won't know their business. Because when they said the queen died, most black people, we was like, who? Queen Latifah? Nicki Minaj, my queen, like, oh, for real, like, yo, not her. Not like
Diana Ross.
Yeah. I just said that I know somebody that wouldn't be so happy about her dying, and that would be Princess Diana. Because can you imagine her seeing her in the afterlife?
Oh, man.
After she done facilitated.
Did anybody let Stacey Dash know?
Yeah, do Stacey Dash
Did y'all
know?
tell Stacey? Somebody let Stacey know, because we do not need her to
go live talking about she ain't know.
Next
like
year this time,
with DMX.
Next year this time, Stacey gonna come on and relive all this. Did y'all hear about the queen, bitch? And we gonna be still sitting around talking about Queen Latifah. We gonna Stacey.
Man, can you imagine this lady? They were showing this lady throwing the Queen Elizabeth throwing food and shit at kids in Africa like they were fucking hyenas.
Yeah, I just don't follow all that. I'm sorry.
That lady is responsible for
a lot of misery,
coronavirus,
death,
famine.
I thought she was responsible for coronavirus.
All the pestilence,
probably that shit too.
Pestilence, the plague, cankerworm.
Maria, what is a
monkeypox? She put out monkeypox before she left.
I know Africa. I know Africa exhaled when that lady left.
And that's what. And before we move on, because we're not gonna stay on this subject too long, but I wanted to say, in light of her passing, what I hope that the new king, Charles, which is her son, now he's been ordained the king over there.
Finally got a job.
But finally, him and his wife, Caitlyn Jenner. What I hope that he will do is, I hope he will facilitate and start to try and bring a little bit more ease to the racism over there.
They don't have no power.
He does have power.
Them people don't have bit of power.
The power that he have is acceptance.
Their
and
power
the reason why
is
they did not accept Meghan and Harry
supremacy.
Like they're supposed to is because the Queen set that standard.
Okay.
Now that she's gone, it's room for growth because Harry's father, King Charles, now can say, you know what? We're not going to play those same games.
But see, the
with
thing,
my son.
The royal family got as much pull as the president.
If not more.
None.
They got more pull than the president.
No, that's why Parliament got.
Listen, that family runs the world.
The reason,
and if you don't believe it, just go check your facts.
The reason why the acceptance is not going to be there is because the reason why the royal family have the status they have and all of that is because they set these standards a long time ago.
They stole it.
And they did not change it when it was time, but as the world changed. So these standards that they have and all this stuff that you got to do and this, that, and the other. What's the other one name? The one that's doing good in the family? The other girl that married in? What's the little white bitch?
I don't know her name, but she's
like
married
to what's she like a calf in her current.
Right.
I don't know the bitch name. But she's complying to all this shit, so that's why she's
It's a lot of rules. You can't live in listen, people don't understand. Being in a royal family is a full-time job. You're not a normal person. You're not you don't go by normal guidelines. They have a lot of rules and regulations.
Whatever those rules
were. Yellow fingernail polish. Like at the end of the day, it is a very governed society. It's a secret society that they run.
Whatever the rules was, the son said, I like black pussy. Fuck all this. I renounce the throne.
When I tell you, that's some
so
good
whatever that's all they got over there. He said, I don't want no part.
That whole bit is so long that we can't even address it in our podcast. But it's a lot in that situation. But we gonna have to.
All I know is if you
denounce the crew.
We gonna have
don't never get you no Meghan Markle pussy. And see that shit made you give up everything.
They treated her ass so shady.
That nigga gave up.
Did y'all see how they treated her over there at that funeral? They treated that girl so shady, like she was was a piece of dirt underneath somebody's shoe.
But your grandma told you don't go over there fucking with them white people. She already told your ass
already
don't go over
told
there
you.
fucking with them white people.
So moving on, we got the wacky weirdos of the week. And so this week, the wacky weirdos is not a person. This week, the wacky weirdos is the state of Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody sent me this shit.
Oh, God.
How is the bail reform supposed to protect the common everyday person when you're saying at this point you're not going to do a cash bail for anybody with a misdemeanor class A or B? So that means that you could trespass, you can assault somebody, and you can do all these things and walk your ass right out of jail in Illinois. Make it make sense.
The same thing they did in Baltimore.
I can say you can do that here. You can send it on your own recognizance.
No.
No,
You
remember?
can, but it's certain guidelines to it.
No, I'm talking about
I'm sure they
Mosby.
have.
Mosby telling the police,
Only with marijuana charges, though.
don't pull nobody over for traffic.
That was during COVID.
And it,
First of all, before we go any further, the Baltimore Police Department is in retaliation to Mosby.
yes.
So a lot of things that they're not doing is not because they're not supposed to be doing it. It's because they don't give a fuck because they feel like Mosby done throw them under the bus.
But before this point, Chicago been going through the same thing.
But at the end of the
Recidivism
day,
and all of that.
we don't have no laws stating that if you commit assault or anything like that, that you don't have to post bond. We don't have that here.
Mm-mm.
I think it's utterly ridiculous.
They know what they doing.
Somebody also sent me something about Chicago, about Illinois. Period.
And you
they
can
about to do a yearly purge. Is that true?
I
Is
mean,
that
well,
true?
that's Chicago.
that's what's
Chicago.
going to happen as a result of this law being passed.
Well, I don't, it's not for murderers, but still, if
You
somebody
can-
come up and say you at a red light and somebody don't think you move fast the fuck enough, and they get out their car and they come to your window and bust your shit out.
Well,
They don't even have to post bond.
In the state of Maryland, if me and you was sitting right here and there was no cameras, and you hit me, and the police, and I called the police, and you stayed here, and nobody else said you hit me, and you actually hit me, do you know that they're not gonna lock you up right there?
I don't know what police you talking about. I done seen police come out and lock motherfuckers up on hearsay in West Baltimore.
Guess what?
Yeah,
They ain't did
that's,
shit.
The thing is, somebody else that's considered a witness that said they have to have some type of witness or proof. That's the law.
It ain't no self-defense law. I know that.
I don't know about the self-defense, but if somebody assaults, you have to go in and file on your own in court. And when you file through the court system and through the commissioner, when you file it, now you have to prove it.
KD,
And then
they took my daughter to jail
Yeah.
for arguing with a security guard at the casino.
and that's because that security guard said
That wasn't
So,
your daughter.
I mean-
You used her ID that day.
No, she did that prior to me using her ID. That's why they about to lock
right.
my
You weren't
ass the
supposed to
fuck up.
confirm this shit.
Like, so, I mean, I don't know what's
But
going
it's
on
the
with
Wild
Illinois.
Wild West.
But Illinois, Chicago is already crazy. Illinois is a very, very, very racist state. I can't say it enough. My whole family lives there. I'm the only person who lives in Baltimore. So for them to have a law
I'm
like
from
this,
right across the bridge,
Where?
Missouri,
Missouri,
St.
okay,
Louis, which is
St.
right
Louis,
across the bridge.
right? So I'm just gonna say for now, until they get their shit together, I might stay away from Illinois because I ain't got
Listen.
time to be assaulted and a nigga. Because first of all,
They
people
got
who will
24
assault you,
hours to lock you up.
people who
48.
will assault you will murder you.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
I believe.
Matter of fact, you get less
And I will assault
for
a nigga
murder
too.
than assault.
Is that true? I don't know about that.
Right. So
Trying
I mean,
to
at
kill
the end of the
somebody
day,
is worse than killing them.
Oh, wow.
So
A
I
dead
don't
man
even
can't
know
talk.
how they were even able to pass this law, but Illinois, the state of Illinois, y'all are the wacky weirdos of the week, and I hope y'all get that shit together. Moving on.
They not.
Okay, in closing, we got to big up our girl. Our girl Serena Williams retired last week. Let's applaud.
Let's applaud the
Let's
fact that
applaud a
she did
boss
what she did, long as she did the way she did.
Venus and Serena are iconic. They bodied the game
shit.
of tennis.
Oh shit!
They bodied.
Don't hold it, Maria. Let it go, because if you hold, it's gonna explode.
Go ahead.
She married a white man.
So
That ain't got nothing to do with her.
She from Compton.
Well, look how
So?
many black men married white women.
what nigga was she gonna marry? Chuck Best?
Right.
What the fuck
Oh,
is you
what
talking
the
about?
fuck? Yo. I think you worthy, Chuck, if you're listening.
And you know he the head of some racist foundation.
Okay,
No,
we not going to talk about Omarion or whatever his name is.
Right.
We're going to talk about Venus and Serena breaking down all barriers, going against all odds, and only because they didn't want these two black queens to be a part of tennis because they was too black, they was too ghetto, they had a nigga ass father, and through all of that,
you marry a white man,
came out on top. And for that, I say,
she still won. She don't parade them.
I don't like it.
To Venus and Serena,
she don't parade.
If the way they treated them in the tennis world, it's no way you can find comfort in the arms of a white man from all that you've been through.
Okay, listen,
Maria.
Before she married that white man, she went through a plethora of niggas.
True.
So if something was going wrong, something didn't happen. She even dated Drake. Common and so many other black men.
Hold up.
Drake is a white man. I'm sorry.
Well, I mean, he's still
right.
Once you got that drop of blood, you a nigga all day, according to the law.
The blue laws.
Just one drop.
So
that means you could do this, and then you could rub hands together. You white, and you a
that what happened to me. I was black. I was white yesterday. I'm black today.
Right. But no. I mean, okay, she married a white man.
Maria, let it go, because if you keep holding it, you're gonna explode.
I'm just saying, blickety blickety. When you went through that much, the last thing you can, you can't do that.
You said
formulating a joke in her head.
So she didn't.
Nah, I'm just like you. You done ran to the oppressor.
Well, I don't
you
know
experienced so much of this racism, and you done went to the totem pole of the racism.
Listen,
maybe she got Stockholm syndrome.
Wait a minute. Sometimes people gotta love the people that love them. At her age, the lady said she wanted to have.
What happened when we loved them?
Maria, you focusing on the wrong part.
Yeah.
The point is that look at all the accolades as a black woman.
Everything
that they did in the doors.
That's like Harriet Tubman marrying John Brown.
Okay.
I don't think that's any
Let
coalition.
me out of here.
There's no coalition between the two. It's a different day.
I get what they made them sit on the back
That's
of the bus.
like Kunta Kinte marrying Queen Elizabeth.
It's been going on forever. Dorothy Dandridge, look what she did.
Right, we gotta wrap it up. But what I will say is that in closing, I could appreciate Serena thinking and saying that if it was no Venus.
I appreciate you, Serena and Venus.
If it was no
I
Venus,
hope he's small.
And I hope you beat that white man though when y'all have sex. Beat him.
Okay, we gotta wrap it up. So I can appreciate Serena thanking Venus, because that showed the biggest sign of humility that ever in the world. Once you can thank the people who made it possible for you to be where you are, kudos to them, kudos to their family. I wish them nothing but love and success.
I love you, Serena.
We coming to an end.
With an ass like that, you can't hate.
You ain't gonna promote us or nothing, right?
Wait a minute, hold on, pause. Come on. This is why she not coming back, because she don't know where to shut her damn mouth. And hold on, I feel sorry for the man that got to deal with Katie telling him what to do every day. But anyway,
he briefs me. You didn't.
Okay. So I didn't brief you. I want to say once again, shout out to Katie, funny as fuck, for coming out. Please go and follow her on Instagram. Big shout out to Maria Sanchez, LOL Maria Sanchez. Please go follow her on Instagram, and we will be back next week with another podcast. Great Diva's World, Peace. Sanji and Coyote Man for obliging me and making it happen. Thank you. And we out.